Good morning, boys. Having my coffee here in nature. I want to talk about charging too little. Actually, last week I was in a sales call um, with a law firm that specializes in insurance claims. Essentially, let's say you have a company and you pay insurance, and something happens, and then the insurance needs to pay you back, and the insurance doesn't want to do it, right? So then you'd go to this law firm, and this law firm will help you get your money back and fix the stuff that's supposed to be fixed by the insurance company, right? So that's kind of the idea. And the guy told me he's not touching anything less than $1 million. So we are already talking about a very high level individual, a very high level mandate. And I was totally fine in the call. I had zero emotions. I wasn't insecure about myself. Obviously, I never dealt with a $1 million deal or anything like that. So it was way out of my perceived possibility, if that makes sense. I've never been around anything like that. I've never been around people that talk about something like that so easily. Even with all that, I ran the call pretty well. I did a pretty good discovery. I think the pitch was alright. The only problem was the fact that I charged, or not that I charged, but I pitched a $10,000 setup fee and 10% from every deal that I bring to the table, right? $10,000 upfront in any kind of high ticket space, it's quite a lot, at least in my opinion. The max I charged upfront was $6,000. So to me, $10,000 was already way above my level, or way above what I think is possible, right? To get from a sales call from a cold prospect that came via email, right? Via cold email, no personal brand, no videos, no YouTube channel, no nothing, right? And I think what fucked up the deal was the fact that I charged too little for the setup fee. Because if I promised this dude 4 to 5 mandates that are at least $1 million, he's gonna make a lot of money. And when he hears $10,000, or when he heard $10,000, he thought this has to be a scam, right? Pair that with a Romanian accent, pair that with a cold email. He probably thought it's a scam. And that made me realize how many people are undercharging for their services, and how that actually screws you really badly, because price will make your product seem valuable or not, because you can sell the same thing at 2 different price points, right? You can have, let's say, a coaching offer that is $1,000, and you can have a coaching offer that is $15,000. And ideally, everyone wants to sell to the most, to the richest buyer, right? So let's say you are, I don't know, maybe a dating coach. Let's just put it like that. You're a dating coach and you want to sell a $15,000 package to a guy that has his shit together. Maybe he has a Ferrari, maybe has a Bugatti, has a villa on the Palm in Dubai, but for some reason he's never managed to get a woman, right? He's unable to get laid, so he comes to you. And if you pitch him the $15,000 package, the dude will think that your product is actually legit, that it works, that you know what you're doing. But if you charge the same product at $1,000, the dude is gonna be like, what? This cannot be good. This cannot be true. If something is that cheap, this has to be a scam. This has to be shit. And this happened to me like quite a few times, actually. I bought a few coaching programs for different aspects of my life. And when I heard the price, I was like, okay, this sounds too good to be true. Like, how can something this cheap be this good? And obviously there was nothing wrong with the price, there was nothing wrong with the product, but just the perception that I had of that product made me think that the product is less off because it was cheap. So there are a couple of levers that you can pull to charge more, right? The first one is your belief in yourself, right? So many people have this limiting belief and they think that they cannot charge a lot of money for their services. When you are selling high ticket services, either coaching or agency, you need to understand you need to have very, very high margins. And as long as your niche allows you to do it, as long as you can sell to rich people, you should go as high as you can while also being able to sleep. Okay, so mindset is the first thing. The second thing is, does your niche allow you to charge higher prices? In my previous business, Developer Pro, I was selling to broke people, let's be honest, right? People who were making like 40K a year, people who wanted to go from a low income threshold to, let's say, medium, right? They wanted to go from 40 to 100K. So no matter how much I would believe that, you know, I'm worth more than $6,200, I will not be able to charge these people with more than that, without destroying my conversion rates. Okay, so if you're in a niche that can be filled with rich people, you should go and charge higher prices. If not, you need to optimize for volume, not for quality, if that makes sense. And three, it comes down to how you are perceived in the sales calls and in your content. So in this new business I'm running right now, I don't have any personal brand whatsoever. So the only interaction they have with me is via my website, via my email copy, and via how I dress in a sales call. Obviously, this is a bit rich coming from a guy that is shirtless in a fucking forest in Croatia. But in a sales call, I dress sharp, you know. I put a white shirt, I get my nice watch on, I get a nice jacket on, and I look super professional. I look like I am part of that niche. And I've seen people trying to get into the same niche as me, but they have a wacky background. You can see that, you know, they are in their mom's bedroom. The bedroom has like green colors and some shit like that. They didn't wash their hair in like 2 weeks, and they look broke. When you look broke, you cannot charge high prices. So whenever you can in your content, whenever there is a camera on you, try to look your best. I think this is one of the easiest levers that you can pull to be able to charge higher prices, because automatically when you look good, when you dress good, you are going to qualify people. Most coaches, consultants, agency owners, they think they can qualify only via words. Like, if you are this person and you have this thing and you don't like this thing, then watch this. That's one way of qualifying, right? But then a second way of qualifying is you, how you are perceived on camera. And this is actually very, very big, because you don't have to say anything. Just by your clothes choice, just by your words choice, right? You can use, for example, instead of saying client in my niche, you can use the word mandate. And when you use that word, you are automatically qualifying or disqualifying people who don't know what a mandate is. And you are qualifying yourself as an expert that understands the niche. And when you have all these things together, then you can start charging higher prices. And it's gonna be way easier for you to do it. All right, I hope this video helps. Peace out.